Grand opening, what's up? So I want to start this read off with a prayer. I hope your day was good. I hope you drank some water and ate something. I hope you have learned to separate the two. I hope you learned your inner voice. So today we're going to touch on Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31, Isaiah chapter 41 verse 1, Proverbs chapter 16 verse 1 and 2. Okay? But first we're about to prayer. And we want to thank the Elder Room or Abba. We want to thank the Galactic Federation, the Pleiadian Council. We want to thank Jesus. We want to thank our higher self. We want to thank all the ancestors of the closest to the light. We want to thank the divine being for being in service, of service, in the building, for the building. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we want to thank the Holy Spirit. So let's get to it. So, yeah, it's that energy. So Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 talks about this Bible verse promising renewed strength, endurance, and soaring, hope to those who trust in the Lord. In that verse, we the promise, those who wait for and hope in the Lord will have their strength renewed. That's the promise from God. Patience with him, right? Imagery going through your spiritual eyes, and it uses metaphors like soaring eagles, running without worry. You know, you just leaning in, you have your faith and patience in God. That's Isaiah chapter 40. Chapter 41 talks about judgment, where God commands distant nations, quote unquote, coastlands or islands, to be silenced and renew their strength and approach him to argue their case. So, a lot of times I come on here, it's because it's a spiritual warfare going on. Um, what does spiritual warfare look like? Mental illness. Is it mental illness? No, due to the fact it's a fucking choice, right? So we're about to read Proverbs chapter 16, verse 1 and 2 out the Bible. The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So what's prepared in your heart when it comes out your mouth, it should be of the Lord. It should be of your higher consciousness. It should be from God. Didn't say your mind. Your heart and your mouth have to make the decision for your mind. And all ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. You and I consider ourselves clean, perfect. But how does God see you? A while ago, I challenged every one of us to look at ourselves the way God sees us. But the Lord weighed the spirits. Whatever is prepared in your heart and come out your mouth, it determines your spirit. Did not say the mind. Your heart. Your heart is in it. The reason why I read Isaiah 40 is because your heart is with God. The verse goes as this: but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. This is, you're being encouraged to push through with your faith. And that should display to you that God gives power to the ones that people perceive to be weak. And then in the next chapter, the first verse, he calls judgment on those due to the fact you trusted in him. Whatever they came up in their heart and out of their mouth towards you, that's why they are still projecting towards you. You've healed because you trust in the other room in God, right? So, since all this is going on, or since this is going on, because you trust and lean on the Lord, your strength has been renewed. But see, why did your strength have to be renewed? Because somebody was behind the scenes messing around with you. They was doing things undercover, as we would say it in my growing up days. Undercover, brother, hidden. They was putting out fishy offers, hiding behind your back, but smiling in your face, right? I forgot. I wrote myself a note too. The messages I put out is for entertainment purposes only. If it applies to you, let it apply to you. The similar situation, if you resonate with the scenario and it fits your situation, then take what you need to take from it and leave the rest. But this is for entertainment purposes only. Um, so I got some messages last night and today, right? Well, people are projecting against you because they're jealous, selfish, and obsessed with you. Why are they jealous, selfish, and obsessed with you? Because their life is stagnant, because God had favor in you and you answered the call. Because in Isaiah and Jeremiah, we are taught, hold on. In Jeremiah, we are reminded that we are called in the womb. And in Isaiah, that's where salvation is free coming at. So the ones that's projecting, for one, this is inflammation in their heart. And so they spoke it out their mouth, and so they active upon it. Knight of Wands, right? But these were emotional based actions, negative, because they did not come to a consensus in their conscience if this was right or wrong. So that's a whole mental illness. That's a 822 on a timer. You have to master your infinity. So these people is facing endings because they wanted to play, not realizing that you are one of God's chosen ones. So that's what Isaiah 41 and 1 say. They under judgment. Let's read it again. God said, listen to him in silence, right? God said, listen to me in silence. God said, let the people renew their strength. God also said, let us together draw near for judgment. And where's God? We were taught God was always behind the scenes working it out for you. So, judgment by the divine creator. Okay. Yeah. you got to get the sacred sight. And so you see, you have a sacred connection with the divine creator. God considered you one of his sacred vessels. God come through when it's an emergency for the sacred ones, for the children of Israel, because they're gifted. It was gifted to the world, and they're on itinerary experience. So, I got a download last night and earlier. These people is worried about where the energy went and where is it coming and when is it coming. Just know it's on its way, right? But they did this to you out of jealousy. Because people are asking, well, Spirit, what did this being, this divine being, do to these people? Spirit said nothing. They doing this out of jealousy. And they addicted to it. They fell for the trick of the enemy. They went down trickster's path. So again, we all have choices. Many are called and few are chosen. So somebody in your life, somebody in my life, y'all both was on an itinerary experience to bring a miracle. A miracle was supposed to happen. Oh, they in their feelings because they can't harvest off of you in no way, shape, or form. They can't affect you in any way. All of their lies, all of their deceit, all of their manipulation, all that went back to them. Because you can see your clairvoyance is activated. Psychic awareness, sensitivity, and trust your intuition while you're on your itinerary experience. You are activated on your itinerary experience. You are activated, light activation. Clairvoyance activated, light activation on this itinerary experience. And that's a miracle. So they worried. So Spirit said that these people is reflecting. Spirit also said that these, whoever you thought about just now when I said that these people are reflecting, the first person that comes to your mind is the first person that's going through the most due to the fact of what they did to you, or the reason why y'all not speaking or engaging, or y'all not a part of each other's life, because you and this person was supposed to come together. And make a sudden change for the vibration of the rest of the world. You and this person. But this person was jealous of you for their own reasons. And so they became addicted to your energy once you removed yourself. So they're having a mental meltdown. Whoever the person is, whenever you're watching or listening to a read or listening to someone who has a gift, the first person that comes to your mind is the first person that's concerned or worried or planning your energy. Or what's this, Hawk Door? So you on itinerary experience, you got to get the psychic gift of you have to get the sacred sight, psychic awareness. You're sensitive and you trust in your intuition. You also get quick, like it happens fast. You get quick communication and you're bright and you stand in your light, but you also a direct channel. You and others is enlightened action. Quan again, choose compassion, move forward with grace, and that's what you did, and that's what you're doing. So that's why you choose to use the word of God. You don't have to do evil for evil or bed bug for bed bug. See me. Itinerary experience. On your itinerary experience, because this is graveyard silence, and Graveyard silence is a moment to reflect. It's when you're sitting in quietness. Graveyard silence on your itinerary. So peace, reflection, and acceptance of morality. You accept it. You accept morality. So, and somebody else is reflecting. The other person, whoever this was, is reflecting for how they treated you, how they disrespected you, how they disregarded you. Somebody you was close to, the circle. What's this? Lumerians, clairvoyance, psychic awareness. Who's the psychic? Clairvoyance, awareness, clairvoyance activated. Lumerians. Like top hat, authority figure. You have rank in psychic awareness, authority, wisdom, and strength. On psychic awareness, yeah. So you sit in solitude a lot. You do a lot of reflecting, and you know your position. You are wise. You are considered a sage, a wise psychic, and you accept morality or mortals. You accept mortals. No prejudice from you. What's this Hawthorne light activation? Light activation, acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. You're standing in your light. You're standing in your light, and people can see that you move off of your third eye. 17 minutes on the timer. Yeah. So you quickly, acceleration is fast movement. It's travel. It's the chariot. So you quickly cleaned up generational healing. You are a healer. Releasing trauma, acceptance, and growth. Acceptance is out here twice. So you are a non-judgmental person. You're a fair person. Yeah, ancestors light. You are connected to source. It says you're an open channel. You have the ancestors light. So because you healed, they want to still project. How many levels of hell it is? It's deeper than the abyss. Clarify this open channel. Sanat Kumara. Yeah. Offerings, candles. Illumination, guidance, and hope. Through the open channel. Something has got exposed through the open channel. Illumination, guidance, and hope. Through the open channel. Something got illuminated. Yeah. Candles and spirit flame. Yeah, laughter is healing. The sacred, the purple scarf, that's sacred. Yeah. Somebody healed something. What's this one again? Somebody's enlightened about your freedom. Somebody's enlightened about the freedom that you bring. Again. So since they're enlightened, and you're healed, they want to project because but you bring that to the rest of the vibration. And it's seen. So they did this out of jealousy and being obsessed because they're selfish. It's seen that the way you win is the way you was taught. You're deeply connected to your roots. And it's also seen that this person did this to you out of jealousy. Yeah. So now they in isolation, under judgment, because God chose you and you answered the call. and you waited on God. So come. It's judgment. It's a celebration for you. When it's judgment, it's a celebration. Because somebody getting released and somebody getting cast away. Yeah. Judgment. For this and a new beginning. A death and a rebirth. Feathers, seeing feathers, signs. Somebody's lighting candles. Somebody have released some trauma. Somebody did some healing. An older person, somebody of authority. Because you healed. Because you leaned on God. So they want to still project. But it's not coming. Because you under the shadow of the Almighty. And you got faith. Verify this feather of getting. Yeah, this person of another faith. It was signs. This person who's unhappy didn't follow their intuition due to their arrogance and their greed. And they missed the signs. It was signs given to this person. And this person is supposed to have been a protector of God's people. But they went against. Yeah, this person is feeling guilty. They regret what they did. Because they turned their back on their own kind. Verify this 9 of cups in the reverse. Arrogant, greedy, superficial. Superficial is a small, petty, superficial wounds, small wounds, not deep. But this person was petty. Not to mention hollow, and they losing money. They empty inside. They're soulless. What did it say about the other nations? Hold on. All right. So, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 1 is a call to judgment where God commands distant nations, quote unquote, coastlands or islands, to be silent, strength, and approach him to argue their case. It opens a passage where God defends his sovereignty over histories and idols, encouraging Israel not to fear. God proved himself to this person of another nation and your energy that discriminated against you. Yes, he did. And the context of this verse introduces a section focusing on God as the first and the last, the one who raises up a righteous man from the east, often interpreted as Cyrus the Great or Abraham, to fulfill his purpose. We all got to look to the east, pray to the east. The Star of Bethlehem is in the east. It's in Israel. This person of another nation that discriminated against you got the signs of why they're going through unhappiness. So